Yeah. Yeah. You know what it is. That straight kingdom talk, baby. You know how I'ma do it. Right. And I ain't going nowhere. 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 So sit back and relax and enjoy the show. Watch me hit him with this 1-2 knockout KO. This time it's all or nothing, and I ain't playing around. They tried to overlook me cause I wasn't in the in crowd. Well, I'm back at it, so you know it's going down. And I'm all up in their face, so they gotta see me now with that raw lunch. Yo,
What is up?
It's a 5-Star Friday. And we missed one last week. We played a little rerun last week. But this week, we're back in the saddle again. I am 1/4 of your host, Tony Clapper, the Clapback Kid, the Chat 'em Up champion, Mr. 5-Star. And joined with me always to the right, left, to the side of me, I got Mr. Fish.
What is up, everybody?
Crazy ass Uncle Fish. What's
Glad
up,
to
Fish?
be here. Been a long week. Tired. I'm ready to relax and chill and talk about some superheroes and have some fun.
Yeah. And below me here, I have Ryan, the originator. What's up, Ryan?
Indeed.
How are you?
What's up, good sir?
Indubitably.
What's up, good sir? Indubitably. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm here. I don't know how I'm here. Because I've had a hell of a week, but I'm here. I haven't even decompressed from work yet. I'm exhausted, but I'm here.
I feel it.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the fabulous, phenomenal, the great one, Fee.
Hello and happy Friday, everybody. It's good to see you all. And I'm glad that we're able to hear and talk about stuff that we like to talk about. So, I mean, my week wasn't too bad. It was, it was pretty chill. And so it's on the up and up now. So
On the up and up.
I'm okay.
Yeah, my week wasn't too bad either. I mean, it's
Good.
Life's life, work's work, fam's fam. It's never gonna stop. It's a never-ending marathon. We just gotta hang in there and keep running and find time to do the things that we enjoy. So I'm glad that we got to carve out this hour every Friday to talk about nerd shit. Stress relief, right? And we hope that you tune in and just join us and you enjoy it too. And that's what we do. So, is there any big news this week? I can't remember if we have anything big, anything news related. Fish, your show's been going really well. Fee,
I think there was a new show.
I know.
A new show.
Is it called like Snapback?
What new show?
I don't know. It's like
Is it Flatback? Is it
Flatback?
Flatback.
Is it
Hey,
Wasn't it Friday Night Flapjacks? I thought that's what it was.
Flapjacks.
Oh, you guys are talking about
love
Tuesday
Flapjacks.
night clapbacks.
Oh, that.
Yeah,
That show where
Okay,
Virgil got to lay the
okay.
smack down.
Yeah.
Just slinging people around the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, Base Force took a beating.
Yeah, he did. I feel so bad.
5-Star took a big L.
Thanks, Jay.
Hot shot.
And J-Man's on cue. It is Women's Month. Yes.
It is.
Yes.
And we are extremely happy and proud to have Fee with us because Fee is just blossoming into this beautiful bouquet of flowers as she's taking on her own show. She's hitting up these cons. She's doing interviews. She's making YouTube videos. She's laying the smack down on her candy asses on these versus things.
Yeah, out here.
Fee is out here killing it. So we just want to say, Fee, we love you for everything that you've been doing.
Yeah, I'm just excited to sit back and watch her be fearsome and take the whole thing by storm.
Oh,
I'm just glad to be to have a front row seat. That's all I care about.
Yeah, you're killing it. You're killing it, kid. Hopefully, us old timers here can show you a thing or two on your journey. That's all we hope. That's all we hope for. Speaking of Women's Month,
Thank you.
we decided to take two powerhouse women and make them fight one another to the death. It's like
To the death, eh?
All for our entertainment. The misogyny is real.
Two women together.
Happy International Women's Day, everybody.
Talk about them and see who's
Fight for our
stronger than the other
entertainment.
one.
Oh dear.
Okay, guys, maybe we should have thought that through a little bit. You know what?
Baby.
Hey, you know what? It's our fault because this was actually scheduled for last weekend. And it wasn't quite. Last week was still February, right? Or is it just the start of March?
No, I think it was.
No,
It was the start of March.
March 3rd.
Okay, well, I can't even
It
get
was
that.
the first
excited.
fell on a Wednesday.
Never
so-
mind.
I know that.
Can't even use. I can't
It's
even.
okay.
I work too much.
It's okay.
March 3rd. It's March 10th today. Next
Yep.
week is March 9th.
Yep.
8th.
17th.
Okay. All right.
You got it.
Thank you. The topic today: She-Hulk versus Supergirl. Marvel versus DC. The jolly green female versus the kid cousin of Superman. Who do y'all think? And here's the thing. We haven't even talked about this yet. We haven't even behind the scenes talked about this one.
No, we don't know where we stand.
Nobody in this room knows where each other stands. So I think that's interesting.
It is.
I'm gonna
interesting
start.
Indeed.
With my
Except
guy,
J-Man. I know where J-Man stands.
Yeah.
'cause He
Something
put
tells
that
me.
in
I
comment.
I know.
We know
Other
where
than
J-
that,
we know where J-Man stands.
I think.
After hearing the J-Man say that, I might have to go where J-Man's at just because he's so tough in the comments.
because you just don't want J-Man swinging at you. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You don't want to get on
We're going to
J-Man.
go about
That's
this one
that.
two different ways.
Well, since you already sung my
40-ass
praises, I can do
comment.
the opposite and be safe.
We're gonna go about this
Security.
two different ways. I want you to give two different answers. One being, who do you think would win in a fight? Two being, which one do you actually like better?
Okay.
So
Well-
there's a
Okay.
difference in there.
Yeah, it is.
So we'll start with Fish. Fish,
Yeah, come on, Fish.
go ahead, Fish.
In a straight out fight with the modern day versions of, like, I mean, if you took like the old school Supergirl, like got tricked into dating her horse kind of Supergirl, I don't think she stands a chance. She was, she was just, no offense, but she was just the ditzy girl character. Like she wasn't portrayed to the kind of fullness that she should have been. Now that you got this edgier, meaner, like getting brainwashed by dark side kind of Kara, like, and with the amount of powers, I think she wins the fight. I don't like it, but because I love She-Hulk and I want She-Hulk to win. If I'm writing it, She-Hulk's going to win. But
Okay.
honestly, I think she would beat her, but I prefer She-Hulk.
Okay. Ryan?
My money's on that Kryptonian.
In a
My
fight.
money's
you
on
go-
that Kryptonian.
Okay.
Okay. In a fight, you're going with
Yeah.
She-Hulk.
Good old car.
I mean,
Good old car.
sorry. Supergirl.
Technically, she is older than Clark. Technically,
Technically.
yes. Car. My money's on the Kryptonian by far. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. By
Okay.
far.
Okay. Fee?
As much as I want to say it, I would say I agree just because the sun gives her more strength and it allows her to have that home court advantage. They're both heavy hitters and I love both of them, but She-Hulk's my girl. But yeah, there's a couple of things that kind of stand out when it comes, if they have to go toe to toe, that Kara would be the one that kind of shows up on top. Even
Speed.
though I like
Laser
I mean,
vision.
She-Hulk will put in a fight though.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
like it's
But
going
in
to
the
be
end-
a
Yeah,
fight.
for sure,
Like it's
for
a
sure.
fight. But when it comes
Yeah.
to like the fullness of it and like who would, it would be Kara.
Yeah. I mean, like, and all the caveats that I normally would put on like a Superman versus Batman fight, I don't really see applying to her as much because, like, you can't get past Clark's upbringing. Like, unless he's just completely brainwashed or something,
Mm-hmm.
he's always going to hold back. He's always going to try to not hurt somebody. He's not going to just obliterate somebody from outer space. But I could kind of see some of these newer versions of Kara. I could kind of see her, like, you make her mad enough, I could see her zapping you from orbit. And, like, she wouldn't go the right away, but I think she could get there where I don't think Clark ever would.
Yeah, I mean, if She-Hulk having the caliber and the amount of power that she brings, if she had a magic element to it, I think then that would be even harder to decide. But like, of course, when it comes to the strength and where she's getting it from, like Kara would, it's not.
Oh, Katie popping in from Scotland. Look at that.
Hey,
Good.
I got
morning.
it for the first time.
good morning, good evening, good night, good everything. Hello.
For the first time in 5-Star Friday's history of the verses.
Yeah.
I agree with all three of you.
How you dare you say it like this?
And we have.
I do sound so disgusted when you
How
said
dare
it.
you?
Takes all the drama out.
It just takes the
But I
drama
actually
out of it.
agree with you.
I actually
the drama.
agree
Yes,
with
the drama.
you.
Now, see, if you're going to let me write the story, then, like, gamma radiation is going to be real close to kryptonite radiation, and she's going to start laying the smack on Kara.
I
But,
agree with what you're saying. I think Supergirl is gonna win that fight. But if you ask me what character I like more, I'm gonna go with She-Hulk.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I like She-Hulk more as a character. Not saying that I don't like Supergirl. There is versions of Supergirls and stories that have Supergirl in it that I enjoy. I think how like where she's at in Injustice 2, that storyline is dope. Some of the stuff that they've done with her later with Darkseid and just she has some cool stories. But if I'm gonna go overall, I'm gonna go with She-Hulk. I think She-Hulk is just funner. She has funner stories. And if you think about like identity wise, her identity is a lot doper.
Wow.
There you go. I mean, now,
Nice.
that's a point, though. If she goes
Change.
full on,
She's
angry.
Savage Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, then
Because didn't Thanos have a rough up her feathers and she became savage?
Mm-hmm. J-Man's full on She-Hulk right now, man.
Hell no, she's.
yeah, I love me some She-Hulk, hands down.
Yeah, me too.
I think the character of She-Hulk is a lot more interesting.
Hey, high
for sure.
evolutionary, being devil's advocate.
I like the dynamic of her being an attorney and
Marvel
think
characters are always more interesting. They just are.
I mean, let's be real. Kara is not that interesting. Like, she's just a low grade Superman. Like, she has there's no meat to her. There's not a lot of meat to Kara.
There could be, but more often than not, there's not.
Like,
That's a shame.
She can be a really incredible character if they put the effort into it, but she's never been like full-fledged, fleshed out completely. Mm-hmm. Even in television shows, in that dirty, dumbass movie back in the day, it was never really. She was never a fleshed out character. Mm-hmm. She was just this person who's there, who has these abilities, and like for me, I mean, like She-Hulk is a fully fleshed out character with all her good O-ness as well. So, she's fleshed out. Literally and physically.
Damn, J-Man swinging it. Poor
Dang.
Wow. I mean,
it's $1.25 now. It's not just $1.
I mean, I give it $2, J-Man. I give it $2, but he ain't lying.
Dollar Tree is $1.25 now. I'm just kidding.
I mean, like even in books, like the only interesting book is like when she has issues. I think it's a super girl, Woman of Tomorrow. I don't remember some book, Woman of Tomorrow or something, where she's just jaded as shit in that book, but like she's not really like she's never got the full treatment. Like in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd agree. She's not as interesting at all compared to She-Hulk. One of my favorite moments actually with Supergirl is in the Justice League Unlimited, and it's like the first episode, and she kind of goes off a script of what John Stewart Green Lantern is saying, and back at base he looks at her and was like, if you continue to not follow orders, I'll get you kicked out of here. I don't give a hell who your cousin is. I don't give a damn who your cousin is. I always thought that was I always enjoyed that episode.
See, and I liked her little character arc in that series. They dealt with her trying to find her place in a world, that's already full of superheroes, and she's always in her cousin's shadow. And, I think they did that pretty well. And I like big chunks of the Supergirl show. It kind of got kind of weird there.
I hate that.
But I liked it for a long time.
Yeah. I just think for me, like, who is technically Wonder Woman is Supergirl. If you want to get down to the biz, like she is the real Supergirl. Like, but for me, like, they done did her dirty.
Let's side rail that. She-Hulk versus Wonder Woman. Who you giving?
Oh damn!
Wonder Woman.
See, I think that's a much closer fight.
Yeah,
that's a closer fight.
I'd have to go She-Hulk. I mean, Wonder Woman's a badass, but like She-Hulk's power can keep growing if she gets mad and like if she even starts losing and just gets pissed off on the fact that she's losing.
That's energy.
She's gonna outpower Wonder Woman. And
Wonder Woman is a god killer, y'all. Did y'all forget that? She's a god killer.
See, that one's tough because you also gotta put into the accountability that she's a warrior. I mean, she ain't just.
She is a trained warrior for.
She is.
Yeah.
So that's a big dynamic there. Because I mean, if you get into her using her shield, her lasso, her sword, I mean,
yes, J-Man. Yes, it is pure doo-doo.
Pure doo-doo booty.
Who do you think, though, as far as like mainstream? Who do you think? And I know the She-Hulk show just came out, so she's probably more in the limelight now. But as far as iconic wise, or who would be more noticeable, who do you think's had a bigger impact on, like, just a bigger impact between the two characters?
Between Wonder Woman and She-Hulk?
Wonder Woman.
No, not Wonder Woman. This is a Supergirl versus She-Hulk show.
Hey, Wonder Woman is still my answer. Because Supergirl has, to most of the world, is just the short skirt, upskirt pictures of Superman is all she is.
Yeah.
To the majority of people out there that aren't super hardcore comic fans. And most people that aren't super hardcore comic fans were like, why the hell do we need a She-Hulk? It wasn't a heel. Didn't even know it was a damn character when the show got announced. Which drove me up the freaking wall because I've been a big time She-Hulk supporter. And oh god.
Not driving off of 50 up the wall.
Man. And but
Somebody
Wonder Woman, everybody knows Wonder Woman. All the little girls know Wonder Woman, even if they've never read a comic book, they know Wonder Woman. So
I'd pay to see that.
Okay, that wasn't the question, though.
That's my answer.
Okay, fair enough. Ryan, who's more popular out of the two? Supergirl,
She-Hulk.
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 Would you have said that before last year?
No, I would say that before last year too. Like
Okay.
if for us as nerds, as in geekdom, for people who know who She-Hulk is, she is basically the Deadpool of Marvel, the clean Marvel, not dirty Marvel. She breaks the fourth wall. She's a lawyer. She has a life. She's a grounded hero. I can't even say three things about Kara Zor-El. The only thing I know is she's from Krypton, and she's older than Clark, and she's been on on Earth for a while and escaped the fucking blast and stuff. Like she was supposed to protect Clark. Like things like this is like shoehorned in. Like I don't feel like Kara has ever got justice to be a fully fledged character. Like She-Hulk. She-Hulk has life, family, everyday problems. Have slept with half Marvel.
Right. She's got a super interesting. She's got a super interesting sex life.
Decks on decks.
I mean,
yeah, she has decks on decks.
And that's an interesting
smart,
point, though, because they're
she's
both
a lawyer.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you, man. Go ahead.
No, it's just for me, it's just like I feel like She-Hulk is way more popular in regards to Supergirl. Like she is a core value of Marvel. She's an Avenger. She's everything that you desire in a fully fledged female character, fleshed out. And I just don't feel like Supergirl has ever got that justice, even till this day. She only has like a couple books that I really enjoy. But other than that, there's nothing really there
That's true.
to support Supergirl.
Hercules.
Yeah, she did.
That's what she was saying.
B.
Yeah. But hi. I would say She-Hulk because again, that's my girl. Like I don't know, when I one of the games I would love to play, it was Marvel vs. Capcom. No, yes. Hold on. It's one of them. but my team was like the three characters you would pick to switch out was Storm, Deadpool, and She-Hulk. So I would always be doing like a fly attack. So when the screen would be up and you couldn't see your character, you just had a little arrow. She-Hulk was already hitting you with a clothesline. That was my team. So She-Hulk's my girl. But of course, story-wise, she definitely has a lot more layers. I definitely can say, even on the attorney side, it was just really cool that she went from, becoming this big green goddess to say, in that way, to just staying in that form because she just made that, and she would defend other mutants and speak for them in court as well because she had this presence, which is really cool. So, overall with that, and just her with her humor, because even in that same game I'm referring to, when she plays Deadpool, they talk smack. She's like, if this was the 90s, it would be me hitting you with the comet bubble. And I'm like, that's so true, because a lot of the funny banter that she has is really just cool and inspirational. But it's hilarious to me. It's very entertaining. So I like She-Hulk.
Okay. Fish, you had something you wanted to bring up?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting point between DC and Marvel because both of these characters were just kind of shoehorned in. They were created, to fill a gap. They wanted to have a girl Superman, so the girls are like that. They made Supergirl. And Stan Lee was worried that somebody else was going to make a She-Hulk and copyright it before they did, so they shoehorned it in. And one of them became an awesome, iconic character with this rich back history and story. And the other one has just kind of meandered around and has never been able to really find her footing and go in any direction other than sexy pinups. And, and She-Hulk can make some damn fine sexy pinups, but she's like a rich character and is interesting and developed and has a history and a backstory and a lore and keeps getting more interesting. And that's the key. That's if you really put your effort into it to make this interesting, you're going to get a cool character. If you just like, I don't know, she's a girl, then you end up with Supergirl.
Yeah, it's almost like, she's just like Superman, but like the girl version, So we check that box. Is kind of what, it's not. There's just not a lot of interest there. And Fish, you made up a good point. other than like sexy pinups, you don't see a lot of Supergirl.
See a whole lot of
No,
Supergirl pinups.
her
That's it.
personality is even dry in a way. It's not,
Mm.
very impactful or rememberable. She's not a rememberable character. The only thing that's rememberable about her is that S on her chest. That's it. Like, she's not, like, there's nothing I can say is like, damn, that Supergirl got it. She got it.
Yeah, there's just not a lot there. There's not a lot of
say that.
substance. Not a lot of story build. Really, though, if you think about DC, they only have.
There to get mental illness until later in books when they start making her jaded and shit.
Yeah.
Like, she was always a ditzy blonde who like was almost childlike because she didn't have growth like Clark. She was very innocent, very naive to a lot of stuff that made her feel like a stupid character. Like, I never really enjoyed her character. Yeah.
Let me ask you guys this: since we picked two, we picked Marvel, we picked DC, and they're going head to head with these two powerhouses. Overall, who do you think has stronger female characters, DC or Marvel?
That's
DC
really
has
hard
some
because
iconic characters.
iconic characters.
There's a difference,
Yeah.
though. There's
But richer and better, and who would I want my daughters looking up to?
Mhm.
Other than maybe Wonder Woman, it would be Marvel all the way.
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
it'd be Marvel. It'd be Marvel because there's a lot more diversity and a lot more color in Marvel.
Yeah,
And
as
they've
much
had just
color.
as dumb characters. They've had female characters do just as stupid stuff, and and they were a product of their times too. But overall, the characters are much more interesting, much deeper, much more robust, much more interesting.
I can definitely say that because I'm a product of that. My dad rose me on Marvel characters, and then even after meeting Stanley, he was like, "I'm glad you have a character you can look up to," and I was like, "It's pretty cool." So,
yeah, I mean, DC's got great female characters. Like you said, you used the word iconic, Fish. And that's true. Wonder Woman's probably the most iconic female character of all time.
I mean, there was a time where she was basically the secretary and the waitress for like the Justice League or Society or whatever it was back then. But they got past that. That was a screw up era of the times kind of thing. But she is iconic. Everybody knows her. Every little girl has grown up playing her at one point or another.
What up, Adam?
What up, Adam?
But yeah, if you're talking about iconic, DC definitely has iconic female characters. Wonder Woman, Vixen, some other one.
Batwoman's definitely working her way.
Batwoman, but Marvel
Harley
has
Quinn, for better or worse.
the more fleshed out, relatable female characters that you would want. I feel like you said you'd want your daughter to look up to. They have more female characters. It's like a female character that anybody can probably find and relate to compared to. But DC's always been like that anyway. Kind of their characters are pretty much like that compared to Marvel. And it's not a hate on DC thing, but it's just
they decided a long time ago they were going a different way with their stories, and were telling inspirational kind of what's the word for it, more legendary kind of stories, bigger heroes and stuff, and not doing the grounded real world stuff.
I mean, DC characters are way more mythic than Marvel.
For sure.
Marvel has a lot more grounded characters. Like, DC characters, we're talking about god tier characters. They're considered god tier characters. Each individual one has some sort of god tier power, except Batman. But Batman is just, in god tier in his own way. So for me, like, Marvel has their stuff is incredibly more grounded, more thought provoking, or in the now of the times. DC was never like that. we're dealing with like mythic stories, god tier villains. Like it was never like that. That's why I don't have a diverse pantheon of women characters that I can think offhand, except like Wonder Woman, Batgirl, Supergirl, Harley Quinn, Black Canary.
Yeah,
I have nothing else. Like everything else is like.
I would say Zatanna's on there. Zatanna's on there.
No,
she's
like.
I mean, like for comic nerds, yes.
For comic nerds, that's what I. Well, that's what I meant.
Nobody knows who's
that's what I meant. I meant for comic.
Yeah,
she's a magician stripper to the rest of the
average Joe. They will just probably say Wonder Woman or left field to you Harley Quinn, because that's all they would know.
Well, I mean, if you want to talk like, talking like that, even Marvel. I mean, Marvel female characters, you could say the same until the MCU came about. I mean, even then, not like the average Joe is gonna know some of the Marvel female characters either. But
not even most people would know who the Marvel female characters were, except if you lived in the 90s, you would say, "Oh, Storm."
Storm, yeah.
That blue lady.
Yeah. It'd be Storm. Like, not even like midnight. People didn't know who Mystique was unless you watched the X-Men cartoon or read the books. Yeah, no one would know who Mystique was.
I would say for a while, the X-Men women were probably really. I mean, they're kind of what held it down for the females.
Yeah,
in Marvel, I would say.
Yeah,
there was a time where I don't think like. Exactly. Read the books.
Read the books. What is this nonsense you're saying?
I would say, yeah, they was the ones holding it down for the female characters in Marvel. Not until later.
Yeah, like my favorite female character was probably like Kitty Pryde back in the day. Like Kitty Pryde was my go-to, and then like Kitty Pryde was rebranded for the cartoon as Jubilee. Yeah, and then for me, after that, female characters, what drove primarily the cartoon for me. The Storm was like the mentor. She was the mother, the figure.
Yeah.
Then you had Rogue, who was a jaded, girl who can't touch anybody. And Jean Grey was sloppy. She was always fucking sloppy. So like for me, it was the point.
She didn't know what she wanted. She didn't know what she wanted.
She was sloppy, until she became the female. She was very sloppy.
Then you had Jubilee.
She was sloppy. But we had that female representation. That stuff was solid. That stuff in the books, and it was solid in the cartoon. It was solid everywhere until they made movies. That's when it became unsolid. So
and I would even go to say if we don't say X-Men women were holding it down, I'd probably say, and it's crazy because she didn't have any powers, but Mary Jane.
Michael, stop. Stop it now. You stop it. Stop it now.
Mary Jane was also kind of holding it down. Mary Jane Watson.
She was holding it down for Parker. Mm-hmm.
She's probably...
but they're best friends now. They're not together anymore. They're best friends.
Yeah. They're best friends. So overall,
but I
know we got some new people coming in here. Oh, clapping cheeks. Hey. Overall, all of us agree that in a hand-to-hand fight, we believe Supergirl would probably take the dub. But we all also agree as a character, we like She-Hulk better. She's way more fleshed out. She's a better character. All the way around. She's way more developed in a full package compared to Supergirl.
And compared to a lot of characters, really, because like she got those superpowers, she learned how to master them, and then she was like, "This is badass. I'm staying this way." And like nobody else does that. Nobody else is just walking around green all day.
Yeah, she
7 feet tall.
Embraced who she was.
Yeah,
and that's what's really good about she embraces who she is. She could have stayed human and all that stuff, and being her flesh from what she does. But
She
like
could have
she
hid
chose.
and secret
Yeah,
identity.
she
She's
coulda
like,
hid.
hell no, this is
She
who I
stayed
am.
in her truth, and she
This is
found a
who
way to
I
try to
am.
get stronger. She
Look
worked
how
out
awesome
in
I
that
am.
way too. Like she
Mhm.
was adding on weight while working out. Like she accepted it.
And
Y'all
just
can keep.
Mike talking about claps, cheeks getting clapped. She wasn't afraid to throw around with the heavy hitters. You know what I mean?
She
Juggernaut,
flew around with
Mercury,
some heavy hitters and took them down.
you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You agree with the rest of us? JD
Yeah,
Smith,
you pretty much wrapped up everything we said. at the
everything we
beginning.
said. You're with us.
100% JD. Yeah,
I mean,
but like,
She-Hulk got around so much in the comic books that the homie Wolverine was like, "Nah, I'm cool."
facts.
But
we
you know,
talking
I love
about-
the fact that a female character could just be like, you know what, I am what I am. You
Yeah.
know, if you want to hook up, let's hook up, and not
That's
be
why I
all hung
love-
up about
That's
it.
why I love She-Hulk. She owns her identity, owns her
Owns it.
sexuality,
Yeah.
owns her whole entire package, and they made a character for that. You can't say other characters can own all that. And that's what I loved about it.
He was scared of what's
They
already
having
been
Hulk
in.
flashbacks.
He was scared of what had already been in the Green Cheeks, buddy.
Exactly.
Facts.
Exactly.
Facts, JD.
So you talk about all that, and then what's MCU do? They create this show where she does all that, breaks the fourth wall, and for some reason, Marvel fans hate the show.
Not all Marvel fans. I love the show. I couldn't get enough of it.
Not
I
all Marvel
lived
fans.
for it. I loved it. It was She-Hulk on 10, and it was perfect.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't care what anybody says. They can come for me. The haters can come for me. But She-Hulk, to me, is absolutely gold. I
Yeah.
mean, they even
Absolutely
made
not
fun
the
of
way I
Kevin
would have done
Feige.
it, but I loved
Yeah.
the things they did, like making such
Yeah, I
a
love the
joke out of
twists in it.
Porcupine Man. I was like, and I love
Mhm.
Porcupine Man, but like it is ridiculous. And like, oh God, I could not love it enough. And the whole, like, with her breaking the fourth wall since the beginning to make the bad guys so meta as to be the dude bros that are bitching about the show the whole time. I freaking love it. It was genius. It was brilliant.
It was.
Oh,
It
absolutely.
was.
I thought it was smart. I thought it was incredibly smart the way they did it. And I don't care what people say and the haters. To me, all I could say is go read a She-Hulk book
Yeah.
because it's in the books. Like, it's straight up
Period.
in the
The
book.
end.
Take a look inside a
Yeah,
book. I'm just
it's
kidding.
the same thing. If you are
Right.
a true She-Hulk fan, if you are a true She-Hulk fan, that is She-Hulk in a
Mhm.
nutshell.
Then you had the dumpster juice that the CW put out for Supergirl.
Yep, can't
Here we
handle
go
it.
with the dumpster
Can't even
juice.
talk about it.
And
I liked it for a while, other than Red Tornado. That was really stupid looking. But, I dug it for a while. But I couldn't dig it
Red
forever.
Tornado.
I mean, I appreciate the actress who played her.
yeah, I will
Um,
say that. She
Melissa Benoit, who played She-Hulk, she's a good actress.
did what she could.
She did what she could do with those scripts. My
Yeah.
thing with Supergirl, if I was writing her or recreating her, that bitch would be going through some shit. Okay? Like,
Yeah.
true alien. Not Clark alien, true alien. Like having issues. Don't even like humanity kind of issues. I would take her on a whole different route. Like,
Yeah.
Why am I
never-
bothering to fit in with these people? Like, yeah.
Yeah,
And that's the
never
hardest
ever did.
thing, especially when the actor can go truly to the script as like their job is telling them, and then it still not be the greatest portrayal of a
Yeah.
character that a lot of people know and love. And that's what's so hard about it, where it's like someone can really just do their part and just kill it and still
Yeah.
not kill it. It's
Yeah.
really messed
mean,
up.
that's
They
kind of
can
the
do
whole
their part really
CW.
well, but, it
That's kind of
doesn't
the whole
help.
Don't get me
CW in a
wrong,
nutshell, though, right? I mean, like, the CW has tried some good things.
No,
They've
man's
tried.
wrong.
Wow.
It was
CW has tried some good things.
Goodness,
Arrow
Jamin,
season
imagery you're
1 and
giving me
2?
right now is really crazy.
Arrow
Tony.
season 1 and 2,
Tony,
not that bad. The
Tony,
character who plays the Flash, I don't even hear you. The character who plays the
Tony.
Flash,
he's a
actually
great
did
Flash.
He's a
He's an
great
amazing Flash.
Tony.
but the CW just doesn't hit the mark.
No, the CW like completely
You
missed
let
what
me
they're
finish,
supposed to be doing.
Ryan. I was going to say what you was trying to say. That's why I was ignoring you.
It was the
Once they
Tony.
started going to like villain of the season nonsense, like none of the villains they put in there could hold a whole season worth of interest.
My problem,
Yikes.
even like with the Flash, my problem with the Flash was it starts off, he's the fastest man. I'm the fastest man alive. But every season, he's got somebody in it that's faster than him. It's like they just kept repeating
That's funny.
like the same. I just can't. Yeah, it's just hard.
Oh,
I mean, for
thought
me-
they were
you
gonna just,
can't watch.
I couldn't
Like
I
the
couldn't watch the
CW
first seasons of Arrow. It
Oh, that's funny. That's
killed
good.
me.
I can't.
Because it's not the Green Arrow.
I couldn't
mean,
do
he's
it.
the Punisher with a bow.
yeah,
not the
he's
Green Arrow.
Arrow.
he's not
That's
Green
good.
Arrow. It's not
Yeah.
comic book accurate.
Not at all.
At
And
all.
I don't give a flip about the goofy mustache, which is the worst freaking disguise in the world. How do you freaking walk around with a Van Dyke? There's only one other guy in town rocking
Yeah.
a blonde Van Dyke, and he's freaking famous and one of the richest
Yeah, yeah.
dudes in town. And like, oh well, how the hell
Oh,
are you gonna? That's like my fat ass walking around with a
Michael.
beard and a cane, limping around, going, oh,
Mike.
Michael,
and like
Mike,
you're not
Mike,
gonna recognize me.
Mike?
Why we
Michael.
failed?
What?
Why we failed the podcast? Mike?
What? I need receipts.
Here
I need
you
a
go.
reason.
Here you go.
Tell me why.
Oh,
Give me
anyway.
receipts.
Yeah,
But yeah, I am not a CW fan. All CW shows are trash. They're
Don't
trash.
just.
I love the Green Arrow. I did not like the CW Green Arrow, especially at first, because he was just a Punisher. And that's not who the Green Arrow is.
He had to grow out of that fish. He was going through some things, and then he grew out of that. You had to watch.
Worse than glasses. Yes, it is worse than glasses because a whole hell of a lot of people wear glasses. There's only one idiot walking around town with a Van Dyke.
And Clark Kent does more than just
Goodness.
he slouches. He wears bigger suits. Like, I'm not saying that it ain't still corny, but he has a lot more to that. He just
Oh,
here we
Lord.
go.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh
boy.
my God.
Uh-oh.
He slouches.
Here we
He
go.
wears his
Here it
glasses.
comes.
Here we
He
go.
looks inferior. He looks like he's not a threat.
I turned
There's
off
no
Facebook.
way
Let me turn it back on.
that this guy could be Superman by the
Here
way
we
that he carries himself. It's like a Steve Urkel Stefan thing, right? Like they're the same person, but
Oh,
like Stefan is, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just like there's no way that these two people can be the same person.
Oh my gosh.
Oops, I'm in the wrong one.
Come on, Watson.
Wait. Why are we even?
Watch
He
it like
knows
that.
how to get in. Oh, dang. I tried to click on the link to send it, and I just brought myself back in the show.
Oop.
I mean, like I said, for me, I mean, portrayals, live action portrayals are, from DC have been very, very, very bad. From the CW to even like to Titans to the all
Lady,
these,
it's okay.
you
You got a
know,
lot of catching
Swamp
up
Thing
to. Me
good
too. You're okay.
for the
You're not
very
missing
short
much.
period was. The only shows that I can say that I enjoyed from DC is like Doom Patrol. I've enjoyed that show, but in like maybe the first season of Superman and Lois, because it had more of an edge to it. But everything else that I've watched that the CW DC has
Oh
put
my
out,
God. It's the most epic.
he come in here epic.
Hey, he's always
Boom,
drinking.
boom,
This is
boom,
his
boom,
new thing,
boom.
everybody. Before he starts, he's always drinking this, what looks like delicious juice, but it's just water in that tinted cup, and that man drinks it like it's the best thing
What
on
does it
earth.
say?
and
Party
it is.
what? Party time. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's up, Mr.
Oh.
Watson?
I wanted to come in because it was getting reckless, but you fixed it. And then
Was it getting sloppy?
and then Fish reminded me I don't need a link. I know how to get in this bitch.
No, here, get the camera. Hold
Yeah.
on.
I was like,
That's what I'm saying. It's all in your name. You should be able to get in.
yeah.
Oh,
So,
That's
Mike,
what
are
everybody else taking
you saying that I was right 2 times?
you
On this
were right
podcast?
2 times. I think that
Nice.
was
Get that on record.
I
We
think
got
that
that
was
on
Morgan.
record.
Morgan that said
There's only the
was
2,
right.
but he was right to do.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think it was Morgan that said it was glass. Like Tony's absolutely, it's not just the glasses. It is the way he walks. It is the way he carries himself. The fact that he makes himself a buffoon at times. So you never look in this guy's direction.
There's no way this guy can be that
It's
guy.
Superman.
He just
Because
is
why
not.
would Superman? Why would a man with all those feats of strength act like a clown?
Exactly. It's
See, and in my
literally-
brain, I attribute it more to him trying to stay out of everybody's way and trying not to accidentally hurt somebody that makes it so easy to bump into other things and knock other things over, because I can't let you run into me at full speed because it'd be like hitting a steel wall. So I got to dodge out of the way, which hits the desk, which knocks over the computer, which spills the coffee and makes me look like an idiot. But I'd rather do that than let you get hurt running into me.
Right.
Yep.
So I wasn't needed, but I just felt like I'd come in here for a second.
Hey, you know what? You're always welcome, for one. Always welcome. For two, we like to hear what you got to say, Mike. We like to hear what you got to say.
I got a question.
What's your question? Since this was your topic.
This is my question.
What your question?
What female characters that you do not enjoy?
So
wait.
I got one.
Oh, hold up, because I hate her. Who is
I hate her fashion. I don't even like her.
I don't like Sue Storm just from the old days of like not being able to make up her mind, and any man that comes along could just walk off with her. I got no respect for that. I got no respect for that. Like, be able to stand up for yourself and say either yes, I want to hook up with Namor on the side, or I don't, or whatever.
One of Ryan's sayings, Sue is a hoe. Can we clip that part out and just put that?
Yes, Sue is a oh.
Can we just not have it be a highlight for March? I don't know why. You know, let's not have that.
That's true. It is Women's Month, Ryan.
Hey.
It don't change the fact that she's a hoe.
I got my Cora shirt on
all year long.
I got my Cora shirt on. I'm holding it down for the
I'm not saying that for every woman. I'm not saying that for all women.
I'm not
saying that. But in the Marvel comic books, that woman is trade everywhere.
Oh, shoot.
She is everywhere.
So Ryan,
I'd like to say, let's celebrate and cherish Women's History Month. I'm a big supporter of the woman. I have
Me too.
Daughters. I have a wife. I have a mom. I have a sister. Women surround me. A surplus of female friends. They are awesome. I will not desecrate a woman during Women's History Month or any other month that happened for me.
Man,
women.
Yeah.
Let me see my way out.
I'm thinking his wifey is in the basement with him right now. That's what I'm hearing.
First of all,
I'm hearing the wife is on the other side of the computer looking at him.
First of all,
you better.
You picked the topic and you picked two women together during this month.
Ryan just got canceled. Ryan just got canceled.
Then you want to go ahead and ask us what female character that we hate. Ryan, you just
yes.
Well, you could have worded that. Well, you could have worded it like, what woman character do you disagree with at times?
Hey,
it's word choice.
Hey.
It's word choices.
See, and that's my problem with Sue is I don't respect her. I don't respect somebody that can't stand up and say, this is what I want, just gets led away by whoever comes along. I don't buy that. I don't buy it. Never. That's why I don't like olive oil either. Sorry. I don't care who shows up in my door first. I'm gonna marry who I want to marry. Get your fat ass out of here, Bluto. Tony, you have a question.
Damn. I was not.
I'm gonna tell you. Look, you know what? It is March, but there's one female character that drives me insane.
There's a female character that you disagree with on
Why
the
are you saying
basis.
insane?
Bro, because in the original 3 Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, Mary Jane Watson is the villain of the series. I don't care what nobody says. You got actual villains, but then you got the actual villain of the movie trilogy, and that's her.
That little Polish girl over there making him cake, bringing him milk, being the kindest, sweetest self.
You got all these villains, but Mary Jane in them movies is the villain of the trilogy.
Tell us how you really feel. Perfect timing and everything. Tell us how you really feel.
Hey, Tony.
Yes.
You're right. She absolutely is. And I hate to take it there, but he brought her up, and I'm sorry. I know I was just in defense of everything, but
you just had your whole statement and everything. You're just going to totally go against.
She is a woman that I cannot accommodate because she's indifferent several times when I see her.
Bro, I'm just saying.
She's a liar all the time. She's dishonest to everybody. Even when she says, go get him, Tiger, she's lying to his face because she wants him to stay there, and she's mad when he goes out. Like, that's dishonest. You can't have a healthy relationship that way.
But my man was like, look. My man was trying. He knew that he was going to struggle with having a relationship with her and being Spider-Man. But nah, she done talked him in and forced him into being with her. Just to complain that he's with her and he's being Spider-Man. Come on, man. What is you doing? You don't make no sense. You driving me crazy. I watched that as an adult, as a married man, and I'm like, she the villain of the series. There ain't no bigger villain of these 3 movies than this woman right here.
She pitted best friends against each other.
Yep.
When just because and she knew he was struggling with his feelings for a reason, but because he didn't tell her in time, she purposely got with a spaceman to throw it in his face. To get him to own it.
Of his boss, though. His boss's son. His boss's son. Let's not forget that part. Then what you getting a little tissy, and you over there making your little omelets and stuff. Everything's all sweet and cute. Come on, bruh. You know that both these men like you.
Mm-hmm.
You in there holding hands with him in the hospital. Oh, Pete, teary-eyed. Oh, Pete, I love you. Harry walks in, you like, oh, I mean, stop holding his hand. Like he ain't already see the whole damn moment take place.
Ain't telling nobody about making out with Spider-Man in the alleyway when she's supposed to be having a boyfriend.
When she's supposed to be with Harry, and you're making out with Pete.
And the whole time lying to Harry, like, don't tell Harry. Oh, yeah, I won't tell Harry. I'm gonna keep your secret. We're gonna have this little toxic secrets going on between us. You know,
Adam,
stop it. No room.
Stop it.
Come on, bro.
Y'all started this. Y'all went through this whole thing. Why are we going? We went through this whole path.
I'm sorry.
Actually,
we went all the way from the start of the show to the end of it, just to talk about women like this. Really?
Hey, no.
This is what we did.
Listen, if we're talking about powerful, strong women that I want my daughters to be like, I got to talk about the ones that I don't want them to be like, and she one of them. Now we done talked about how She-Hulk is encouraging.
She'll be out there getting it, but like she's being honest about who she is. She's being straight up with, like, she ain't living no double life. She ain't lying to nobody about nothing. She's a hardworking professional woman. Like, I would be lucky to have a daughter that was that successful and out there living her best life, fulfilled. I'd be happy.
Come on, P. I mean, P. We talk about. I mean, hey.
Uh-huh.
Ryan asked the question.
I
Don't
couldn't
started.
help
stop pointing it around. I mean, we started off so high. It was happy Women's Month. We just want to talk about, it just went downhill.
It did. We all jumped.
Now,
I came in late, but y'all talk about all the love and attention that Storm is getting this year that she's been getting. She's getting her own series. She's become a powerhouse in the X-Men, like more in a leadership role. She's in more comics. She's basically a goddess now. She rules Mars. She ain't taking nobody's. Like it's like the revolution of Storm here has been, or the last couple years has been ridiculous.
Yeah, her arc has been extraordinary.
Mm-hmm.
And she is an encouraging figure and a true representation of what March represents when you talk about females and women and strong women.
Why you laugh, Tony? Why you laugh?
I couldn't help
Trying
laugh
to
because
shove
of
that
your face.
toothpaste back in that tube.
Why'd you laugh?
Your face, Fee. Now,
My
I done spent
face?
the whole beginning.
Is my face funny to you, Tony?
Yeah. Yeah.
Tony fixed to get his ass whooped.
The face that you was making was hilarious.
Oh shit.
Anyway.
Oh my god.
Hey, I mean what? I can remove all y'all. It ain't no thing.
Well, on that note, we're about at the hour mark, everybody.
I stand with Fee.
Anyways, listen. See, let's not forget that I done spent the whole beginning of the podcast celebrating you. So, I mean, you can act how you want, but I'm
sorry. Do you want a medal? I apologize.
I'm just saying.
If I could give you one.
Just saying.
Gotta come at me. I know what you did, Tony. I appreciate it, Mr. Clapback Kid. I do.
Fee, let him feel the locks, babe. Let him feel the locks.
I know.
Hey,
I'm not even mad at that. I stand with Fee too. Okay. Anyway. Great show.
I know what you did. Damn.
Oh yeah, J-Man did give her props first. I'm sorry, I'm reading the comments. J-Man. It was all J-Man. Hey, back to the essence of the show. She-Hulk.
I'm crying over here.
Versus Supergirl. For the first time in Fivestar Friday's history, we all agreed on the same thing. Doesn't happen often, but we did.
We flushed that down the toilet by the end of it.
Just wasn't enough to keep the whole show going. That's the thing when everybody agrees, you don't have enough to argue about. So that's why the topics changed a little bit. But it is what it is. We're gonna leave on that note, though. Does anybody got anything else they want to add? Anything else they want to say to the people? What, Michael Watson?
Epic 21. Epic
I have a question
21.
for the people. I have a question for the people, and they an answer can be given to me later. You can inbox me or post it onto my page. Is sour cream healthy? Just curious.
No.
No,
it's not. Y'all did not think about that?
No.
Nowhere near.
That's the most fattiest shit in the
It's
world.
got
but
calcium.
It's delicious.
It's not healthy at all, buddy.
Not even a little bit.
No.
It's like whipped cream. I mean, it's dairy, but how healthy is that in itself?
I thought because it was sour cream, hence the sour, it got rid of all the unhealthy stuff.
No, it's still in there. It's just sour.
It's not. Sorry.
Okay.
Maybe somebody will inbox you something a little different, but there is a reason why there is a version that's lighter. When you go and look at sour cream and you'll see light sour cream, that's because the shit ain't good for you. You know what I mean?
But it's delicious.
I mean, it ain't like eating a handful of Crisco, but it ain't, like eating a handful of carrots either.
Right.
Yeah.
So
there's no in between.
A handful of Crisco.
I'm just saying, like there's layers,
You're right. You're right. All right. Hey, well, thanks for letting me crash this
There you
last
go.
15 minutes with y'all.
No
you're
problem.
Like,
You
it's
can
always good.
crash.
always here to have fun.
You can crash and you can be in any time. Hey, the way you drink that water, you can tell you got the life, boy. That water bringing you to life, and you can come on anytime you want to.
I'm just trying to get my 8 bottles a day in.
There you
There
go.
you go. We love it. We love it. Well, that's it. That's all I got. I ain't got nothing else. If anybody else got anything, I ain't got nothing.
No, like Ryan said, Epic 21's coming soon.
Yeah.
So y'all need to keep
Epic
your eye out for
21.
that because
That's coming out.
I'm anxious. I'm anxious to see some
21's
Green Zone
coming up.
expansion packs because I got some characters in Green Zone going to lay some whoop downs. All I'm saying. Like just the
got the art
characters
of
that have
Ryan
shown up
Robinson. We
in
got
book
Epic
2
21.
alone.
We
Yeah.
got
Gonna
Volume
nail
21
y'all.
for Vigilance, Volume 3 for Hot Shot.
Damn,
We got Unforgiven that's coming out soon. That is gonna look great. We got Zero Event that's coming
Give
up.
it, Steve.
We got
Give it,
Tuesdays,
Steve.
Clapback Tuesdays with Tony Mr. Clapper. So we
Yeah.
got School of Fish, Tuesdays, Thursdays. We got a lot. We got a lot.
You got a lot. There you go. You heard it
Green
there.
Zone 5-star surveys. Get them done. Get them in so you can get your stuff. All that.
Get them out.
There it is.
Thank you,
Get
Fee,
'em in,
because I
get 'em
haven't done
done.
mine yet.
Hey, Fish.
Absolutely.
Yo,
Run that outro.
peace out.